Gaetz fires off a warning shot about Mueller's master plan that all Republicans must hear by us4trump.com. It's no secret that the American people are tired of the Mueller probe. It is becoming painfully obvious to a majority of Americans that the Mueller investigation is a politically charged plan and a tax money waster. According to Harvard Cap/Harris poll released by The Hill, about 60% of Americans think special counsel Robert Mueller's Russia investigation should wrap it up within the next 6 months, which is slightly ahead of the 2018 midterm elections, and 30% of Americans believe the investigation should stop immediately, the poll found, which is a bunch of crock that the polls, the 30% want it shut down. Anyway, moving right along, Matthew Gaetz said it is best when he was on an interview with Lou Dobbs. He said, "I think the goal is just to drag it on and to continue to have a cloud over the Trump presidency to potentially sway voters in the midterm elections." Well, any plan that the Democrats have up their sleeves, it's always backfired. This is only going to get more people, more Republicans coming out and voting Republican. Absolutely. It's going to backfire on them. Gaetz continues, "I don't think there is a sincere investigatory outcome here. I think it's largely turned into a political exercise." You think? He then addressed Lou directly, and the reason I believe that Lou is that we continue to see examples where people at the FBI and Department of Justice not acting as investigators or attorneys. They're acting as political hacks. Matthew then describes what a political hack behaves like. He says leaking information to the press, and then, even when they knew it wasn't credible, presenting it to a FISA court. The House member then comments, "This is to receive a political outcome and not to deliver justice, and that is what troubles me as a member of the Judiciary Committee." Boom. Matt Gaetz on the Mueller probe, "I think the goal is just to drag it on and to continue to have a cloud over the Trump presidency to potentially sway voters in the midterm elections. But it's going to backfire." Let's take just a quick listen here.
"I think the goal is just to drag it on and to continue to have a cloud over the Trump presidency to potentially sway voters in the midterm elections. I don't think that there is a sincere investigatory outcome here. I think it's largely turned into a political exercise. And the reason I believe that, Lou, is that we continue to see examples where people at the FBI and Department of Justice were not acting as investigators and attorneys. They were acting as political hacks, leaking information to the press. And then even when they knew stuff wasn't credible, presenting it to a FISA court. This is to achieve a political outcome, not to deliver justice. And that's what troubles me as a member of the Judiciary Committee.
And he's fighting alone. You think anybody's helping? Chuck Grassley acts like he's helping. Trey Gowdy acts like he's helping, but they're just, Gowdy actually allowed them to stonewall the information he was seeking when he was going to subpoena Sessions to release the information. So usually anything the Democrats plan, it usually backfires on them. But here, when they're saying the polls, only 30% of Americans believe the investigation should stop immediately. What are you talking about? All Trump voters wanted to stop immediately. These polls are incorrect. It's showing as if Hillary won the popular vote. Hillary didn't win the popular vote. If you don't count dead people and illegals, she didn't win the popular vote. It's more like 70% of Americans want this investigation shut down immediately. We don't want it wrapped up within 6 months. It's like the conservatives are fighting an uphill battle, and how Trump got into office with all that election fraud taking place. You know, it was the hand of God that can only describe what took place during that election, because that election was so rigged, it knocked them for a loop. How they didn't win, and the votes weren't that far off with all that voter fraud that took place. She was knocked for a loop. Everybody was, and you know, we're just so thankful. But look what's going on. Jim Jordan, Matt Gaetz here fighting, and they're by themselves fighting this, you know, along with just a couple of Democrats. The rest of them are rhinos. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And again, thank you so much for watching.